Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. This is Little Susie Sleever. I haven't done an update in a few weeks, so I wanted to do one. Sorry I look like hell. We're in the middle of moving. So to update, we are now in El Paso. We left Georgia a week ago, got to El Paso 2 days ago. Our stuff arrived yesterday. Most of my stuff is broken. Well, let me rephrase that. A lot of my stuff has damage. So to give you guys a little bit of background for those who are new to the channel, I am a military spouse, and that's significant because a lot of what I talk about will pertain specifically to having weight loss surgery in the military community. So it's not quite the same as it is in the civilian community. And I also talk about other things that are non-weight loss surgery related that pertain to the military side of the house, or, you know, some other people can relate to or whatnot. But if I use acronyms or whatever, it's force of habit, I guess. So we did a PCS, which is a military change of station from Fort Benning, Georgia to Fort Bliss, Texas. We got here a couple of days ago. It was the worst move ever. So 2 weeks ago, a week ago Monday, the packers came and packed up all of our household goods. Now, we are a family of 4 with 2 boys, a lot of stuff. And they packed all of our stuff in under 4 hours or under 5 hours. It was insane. It was supposed to be a 2-day pack, and they did it in under 5 hours, which is scary. We haven't gotten a lot of things unpacked yet, but there are, you know, things that are glass dishes, like decorative things that have nicks and dings. We found a lot of typical military mover crap. For example, one of the boxes had a burnt out light bulb, just like thrown in there. It wasn't wrapped up or anything. It was just a random loose burnt out light bulb. I got some stuff out of another bag, or out of another box, unpacking it last night, and I thought, why is all this stuff packed into a black garbage bag? Like, that just doesn't make sense. Why did we have things in a black garbage bag to be packed? It was our trash. They packed our trash. Not only did they pack our trash, but they packed a big black garbage bag that filled up half of a box with trash. They didn't tie it off. It wasn't nothing. And then they packed our clean towels on top of it, which is just nasty. And then it sat in a hot trailer for, you know, like 3 or 4 days, almost a week. It was pretty gross. So anyways, they packed everything up, and then the gentleman came to haul the stuff away on Wednesday, and he didn't get there until 4:30 in the afternoon. He was supposed to be there between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Didn't get there till 4:30 in the afternoon, and there was no crew to load. So we started calling around, trying to get a crew out there from the moving company, and no one ever showed up. So this man, who by the way was 64 and had like a cardiac history and like a cardiopulmonary history, actually, he said he had a bypass, and then he had also had a lobectomy. I believe he said the lower lobe of the right lung had been removed years ago, and he was 64. He had no business out there loading this stuff by himself. But when we asked about it, we were told we couldn't help load, or else it would waive all of our protection against damaged belongings. So if they broke something, too bad. And to be honest with you, we just can't afford to risk our entire household to damage. So the next day, a crew was supposed to be there at 7 a.m. The crew never showed. They finally got a couple of guys from labor ready to come and help him at 12:20. There were maybe 10, 15 things that needed to be loaded still at this point. He had loaded 90% of our stuff. It was ridiculous. So we got it here. It's unloaded. We're in the new house. The new house is fabulous. Whenever I get things unpacked, I'll try to do a tour. But right now it's a state of chaos, which is why I'm doing this in the bathroom because it's the only place that isn't a complete disaster right now. So we started unpacking everything, and there's tons of damage. My kitchen table has like a crack in the side of it. My coffee table is scraped. My long dresser has chunks missing out of it. My entryway table is scuffed to hell and back. It's just bad. It's bad. But I kind of expected it because, you know, it's one man in his 60s who loaded 90% of my stuff, including the furniture. So at this point, you know, I knew it was going to happen, but it's still disappointing and upsetting. You know, I worked hard for a lot of these things, and some of these things I created. I refinished tables and things like that. And so a lot of these things that are damaged, it's something I created. So it is what it is. But moving on to the weight loss surgery front, which is the whole purpose of me doing this video, not to talk about my move, but whatever. So I got here Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday, Cindy from the bariatric or weight loss surgery clinic called. And she said she had, because we're all in a Facebook group for the local military community here locally at Fort Bliss who are having weight loss surgery or have had it or whatever. It's like an online support group. And the nurse coordinator is in the group, which is very different from a lot of the groups that I'm in. Most of them, they don't want staff members in there because it, you know, makes it feel like less of a safe place. But I digress. Cindy is great. I don't mind her being in there at all. So, anyway, she called me and said, you know, there's a couple of labs that are missing that I need you to come in and do the lab work on, like a thyroid level and something else, like hepatic function, I think, something I don't really remember. But she had needed those labs. But she had seen that I was in Big Spring the day before, so she was not sure if I was in town yet or not, but it felt really good that she was invested enough in me as a patient or as a future patient or as a transfer patient or what have you, that she cared enough to actually call. And, you know, she knew where I was in my travel and my journey. And so when I spoke to her, she had left a voicemail. I was busy when she called. When I called back, she was super nice. And, you know, I appreciate that kind of care. Especially as a nurse myself, it makes me feel good to know when a nurse goes above and beyond, you know, and she definitely does. So all of that being said, I went in and did the lab work today. It should be back, you know, by Tuesday. And Tuesday is when I have my pre-op one-on-one appointment with a surgeon. So we'll see how that goes. I think at that appointment, that's when I get my surgery date. So I kind of need to be thinking about this beforehand and try to decide, you know, how soon am I willing to do this? You know, I have my youngest turns 9 next week, something like that. And then my oldest turns 15 on the 6th of August. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to do it if it's possible? I don't even know if it's possible. I mean, look at me. I'm like, oh, do I want to do it tomorrow? No, but, I don't even know when the earliest potential date would be, but, you know, it is what it is. So I'm trying to decide if the dates are available, what would be the earliest date that I would be willing to do this. The kids start school July 28th, which is crazy early, but here in this area we live in, they do year-round school. So every 9 weeks they get 2 weeks off, and then they get like 6 weeks off for the summer, so 3 months. It's crazy, but I kind of like the idea, honestly. So I've got to kind of decide, how early am I willing to do this? I start my job September 14th. I need time to recover. But I don't want to do it so early that I can't take my kids to school the first day of school. So I need to have it after the 28th of July. And then the other issue is, do I have it before my oldest son's birthday? And I say that because, you know, with anything, any type of surgery, any type of medical procedure, medicines, anything, there are risks. So that being said, with any surgery, there's always a risk of death. Do I have it days before his birthday? Do I have it a couple of days after? When is acceptable, you know? So that's a dilemma and an issue that I'm kind of dealing with right now, trying to decide on. I've got 4 days or so to think about it, 3, 4, 5 days to think about it, because when I go into this appointment, I'm pretty sure I schedule my surgery date that day. So let me know what you think. You know, when would you have it? You know, so that being said, birthday number 1 is the 21st, first day of school is the 28th, birthday number 2 is the 6th of August. When would you have it if it was you? Let me know what you think, and I'll update you guys after Tuesday. Thank you. Bye.